A blacksmith shop with an 89-year-old active blacksmith. A close look at knife manufacturing by his son and grandson. Minoge Blacksmith, founded in 1778 in Hitoyoshi, Kumamoto Prefecture. A blacksmith that has been making knives for 250 years since its founding. A close look at knife manufacturing across 3 generations. The grandfather, Yutaka Minomo, 89 years old. Favorite artist, Steven Seagal. Adjust the belt hammer before starting work. Adjust the heat of the furnace. The temperature inside the furnace can reach a maximum of 1100 degrees. At Minoge Blacksmith, waste oil is sprayed in a mist to create a fire source. Fine-tune by hitting with the hammer. The belt hammer is used to create the shape and thickness of the knife. Repeat this process. Yutaka Minomo has been working alone for over 70 years since he was 15 years old. His goal for the future is to continue working actively and healthily for the rest of his life. His favorite food is meat dishes and dislikes pickled plums. The source of energy is spending time with family. In the summer, the area around the furnace gets very hot, reaching nearly 50 degrees. The knife after forging, double-edged deba knife. Yutaka-san finishes his work and goes home early. After forging with the belt hammer, it is hit with the hammer, remove distortion, and straighten it out. Remove the burrs by the grinder with the buff. This process creates a smooth finish. To make the part of the knife that your index finger touches comfortable when you hold it, file it to remove burrs and give it a smooth finalization. Handmade products are carved with the users in mind. Make a mark. To the hardening process. While checking the color of the burnt metal, the steel is heated to 780 to 800 degrees and then cooled with canola oil to harden it. The person doing the work is the father, Minoru Minomo. Favorite artist, Takaji Yashiki. Adjust the temperature evenly by inserting and removing the knife. Hardening is the most important step in making a blade, and it is the step that makes life into it. We must concentrate on controlling the temperature correctly. Minoru Minomo's dream is to make Minomo Blacksmith a place where customers line up and fill the store. During his student days, he was passionate about handball. Place the knives after wiping off the oil in the basket. Put them in 170 to 180 degree oil and leave them in front of the oven for about 30 minutes. The steel that has been hardened by tempering is heated to 170 to 180 degrees to make it tougher, creating a strong blade that is hard yet resistant to chipping. Remove the knives from the canola oil and dip them in sawdust to wipe off the oil. To the next step. Rough sharpening before the main sharpening. Sharpening is done while checking the shape of the steel and the width of the sharpening. Sharpening with the coarse whetstone. After rough sharpening, the knife is hit with the hammer to remove any remaining distortion and move on to the next step for sharpening. After rough sharpening and removing any distortion, the knife is sharpened to make it sharper. The blade is sharpened while checking the shape of the steel, the width of the gap, and the condition of the blade. After the mid-sharpening, the final process is done by reducing the grit size. Finishing the cutting edge with the diamond whetstone. Polishing with whetstone powder and wire buffing blurs the color and creates a gradation between the base metal and steel. Left is after blurring and the right is before blurring. Wipe each one carefully. completion of a sharp knife. Instruction Manual. We spoke with Isamu-san, the 10th generation grandson. It's all thanks to my grandpa, who is still active at 89 years old. There are people, customers, who use the knives and other things I make. I'm really happy to be able to continue. I am working hard under my grandfather and father with the desire to improve. It has been 3 generations of knife manufacturing. Thank you to Minoge Blacksmith.